Even pressed go live yet, so I'm not sure. What a day. We have, hi. I forgot it was Thursday. I mean, I remembered like an hour ago, and I've been working on my big, super secret fun project all day. Actually, since I got back from Costa Rica, so for 3 weeks now, we've been working pretty much 7 days a week. We actually did take this last weekend off, so not every day, but we worked for like 16 or 18 days straight. But anyhow, hi. We have been working on it. It's getting so much closer. I can see it come together, and today was like, whoa! So it's happening. It's coming closer. My husband is almost done with his part of what I'm trying to get done in my super secret project. And can you hear me okay? And is that blurry? It sure is. Let's try to get it to. I'm blurry. I don't need to be blurry. We've been working on that, so I'm a little later than I wanted to be. We're getting our new puppy tomorrow. We're getting a German Shepherd, so I got to stop store and buy her like a collar and some dog. I mean, I wasn't ready. I wasn't thinking I was going to get her till Sunday, but that guy's going to be out of town, so I got to get her tomorrow. I'm not ready for a puppy. Whoever is ready for a puppy? It's my husband's idea. So we have a German Shepherd and some Yorkies, and we had two. We've always had two German Shepherds, and we lost our last gal about last year, this time actually. Right when we got back from Costa Rica, she got sick, and we lost her. So it's been a whole year since we've had two, and I gotta say, it's really nice just having a big dog and a small dog. But my husband said that he is afraid that, he is going to be like the last one, that he has, because we're getting old. He's like, I can't do this again. And our German Shepherd's like 8. So, she's getting not close, but another 4 years, right? So he wants a plan ahead because he always wants to have one. So I said, okay, this is the last puppy we're ever getting, besides like a tiny one. So hi, Ronnie, how's it going? You got a blizzard Sunday and Monday? Your area got 27 inches? What? It's beautiful and sunny out today. I'm not sure if it's warm because I haven't been outside all day, but it is beautiful and sunny. So this piece right here is a Jewelry Armoire that I picked up at the thrift store, actually, and I got a 30% coupon off for it, so it was pretty inexpensive. It's one of those ones, right, that, you put all the jewelry in, it's got all the drawers, and it has the jewelry thing on top. I actually started painting this weekend in my blending class, and I thought it'd be, since I really didn't think about anything, it is a thrift store find, we would just finish doing this. So I attached this, right? Decoupage, you guys have seen me do it a million times. It doesn't matter if it's on a piece of furniture, or if it's on a plaque, or if it's on a candlestick, or if it's on a bottle. You still paint behind white, which I did, slap the decoupage on, seal it with a clear coat, and then paint around it. Pretty simple, right? I mean, the rules are still the same. It's just the actual product that you're putting on is the only thing that's changing. I try to tell people that when they take like the candlestick class this weekend that I have, blending, it's all the same, whether it's candlestick or a bigger piece of furniture. So I grabbed some of my DIY paint. I actually just threw a base coat down with Bohemian Blue. Now, if you've never used the clay-based paints, they're funny. They're a little bit different than chalk-based paint. So I'm using the DIY paint, which is a clay-based paint, okay? It will dry 2 to 3 shades lighter. This is what color it's going to end up being when we're done. So it dries 2 to 3 shades lighter. It can be hard for people to kind of visualize that and figure it out. So just remember when you're blending it, it will dry. It's very easy to tell when it's dry because it's a totally lighter color. So the colors I pulled out were, and I have all but one is DIY. So I've got Old 57, which is this pretty turquoise, Bohemian Blue, which is this pretty blue, Monet's Garden, which is their green, and then I grabbed Miss Lillian's paint, and I just had a drizzle of this stuff left. I got a big one too. This is Cinnamon Stick. I love that color to go with the greens and blues because it really does make a really good pop. Isn't it pretty? Yeah, the colors are really pretty on this piece. Actually, I think I'm going to use maybe a small brush so I can get in the details right here. So basically, I threw down a coat of Bohemian Blue, and I'm just going to kind of go over again. I want to make sure to just kind of write up on this decoupage that I put in here. Now remember with the clay-based paints, they are a little bit thicker than the chalk paint. So sometimes, especially depending on your weather, and I'm just using bites of paint to go in with the blend, it can definitely need some water added. Right now, it's freezing in my back room. I haven't been back here all day. We had the door open earlier. When I'm just going to keep adding in small bites of color, can you see how little bit of green I have on there? And I'm just going to play with the paint still wet and kind of blend them around. How I pick my colors is I look at my design, right? I look at my design and it kind of tells me what color should be thrown in there. Now, this one, the Cinnamon Stick, is a really cool orange color, which when mixed with the greens and the blues, kind of almost turns that kind of color. It just gives you kind of a little bit of a surprise. So we're just going to go around it, and I'm just going to kind of lightly go over this and go on that design. And if you get a little too carried away, just wipe it with your finger. It makes it just kind of disappear. And then I'm just going to keep adding little bites of paint. Old 57, do you see how little bit of amount of paint, and I just actually dabbed it off on my brush. So you can blend in a number of ways. You can do the tap method, which is super fun, especially if you're a beginner. It can kind of tap it in, or you can kind of just swipe it up and down. Now, since the space right that I'm working on is a little bit smaller, sometimes the tap method, so I don't go too far over my paper, works the best. And when I talk about adding a small bite, do you see how little paint I have on my brush? Little bites. And then I just kind of go through. Now I've got another brush over here that's a dry brush that has no paint on it. I may just use that one to just feather out my blend, because it has no paint on it, and I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to keep wiping it off, and it's going to allow me to kind of feather that through, because this little paintbrush is already getting saturated. If that makes sense. That's why I would throw a different one in there. I can't see the comments right now, but I will stop every once in a while and read what you guys are saying. Please do pop your questions on there. If you guys have been following me for any amount of time, just know that we are here in downtown Nampa. We are, thanks Ryan, just located in the heart of downtown, right? And let me tell you, it's been super slow, scary slow. So people need to shop, or guess what? I can't stay open with a wing and a prayer. I have all this beautiful stuff, and I really can't stay open if people don't shop. So I see it every day, businesses announcing that they're closing. Well, I know, I understand why. It is a dog-eat-dog world out there right now. And everybody, you know, it's easy to shop from your couch, but you really can't buy what I have from your couch. I guess you could, but then you got to pay for shipping and all that, you know, and I'd hate to have to go to an online only source. Would you hate that if I didn't have the store? I would hate that. So just remember that when you don't shop local, don't buy local, there will be no local. So I'm just going to use that other brush, and I just can't stress to you guys how little amount of paint you need to add to your design to get it to blend. I'm going to try to move you a little bit closer to the side because my hand is going to be in the way. So I picked up the smaller paintbrush. This is the R14 by Klingon. I do have these in stock. I like this one when I'm trying to go around the design. Now, when I do the side of the piece, I definitely will switch to a bigger brush. But since I don't really want to get too carried away, I don't want to feed on to this design too much. And a good way to just make it kind of match in is just use your fingers if you get a little carried away like I always do. Just kind of dot that on there. I haven't had to use any water yet on this piece. And by dotting too, you can get a different kind of blend where it gives it more of a texture look. Now remember, this is that brush that has not been dipped in paint. This is my dry brush. I'm just kind of using it to blend all those colors in. I kind of like the dotty dot look, kind of giving it some texture. We're just going to dip in and we're going to add a little bit of the cinnamon stick up here. The cinnamon stick adds such a great amount of really cool contrast to the other colors. So it's all about the colors you select, right? It's all about that. It's the hardest part. So if you're ever wondering, I am more than happy to help pick and help you figure out what colors to use. The thing about colors is if you don't like them, then stop painting, let it dry, and just throw in a different color. Okay, it's as simple as that. So you can just do this, or you can blend back and forth. This is the brush that has not been dipped in paint. Super dry brush, not wet at all. And I'm using it to allow me to now just kind of blend through these colors. I can see there's a little white showing through up here. I'm just going to tip my brush with a little bit of that teal. And that actually might be in the design. And just kind of storm cloud it through is what it reminds me of, like a little crazy storm cloud. If we can pounce paint, we can paint, right? I'm going to add a little bit more orange right here because this flower has the orange in it. So we want the flower with the illusion that the flower is still going down off the piece. It's how people paint big portraits too, the oil paints, and they all are just little dots. So sometimes I start with one style of painting and then I switch. Like with this one, I kind of switched it up to more of a tapping instead of brushing. I like the look of texture on my pieces. It's just my style. Don't be afraid to just throw that orange in there every once in a while and just kind of go over it with that dry brush. What that dry brush does is just smush it all together. It is really pretty coming together, right? I put a little too much orange on my brush. I'm going to go back in with the green, smush it down, and I'm going to go in with the brush that doesn't have paint on it, and I'm just going to smush it even more. I still will go up and down. This brush is great because it's dry. It has no color on it. I keep wiping it off. Basically, look. See, it's a dry brush. I just keep using it. I will still have to wash it. But the thing is when you do a blend, you don't need a lot of paint. You can buy the 8-ounce jars and use them for a variety of things. Now step back and kind of look on what you're doing and then add the colors a little bit here and there. The orange is really pretty. The orange really makes it pop. Now the paint will start to dry and it will change the whole look of the entire piece. It will start to dry and it will totally look different and not even close to the same as it did when we started. I'm going to let that all dry and see what happens. I'm going to paint the side. So I'm going to start with just kind of throwing down some bohemian blue. I just basically want to get some paint to stick on here now. I always try to just do kind of a base coat situation because you do need to do 2 coats of paint. So if you do a base coat first, and I am using this little tiny brush, which is kind of stupid because it makes for a long painting process longer. And I don't care what my base coat is. I'm just using the paint that's sitting here in my pot. I really want bohemian blue to be my biggest base. So how have you guys been? What's new? Anything new in your lives, or are you just watching me? Thanks for tuning in. Next Thursday, I will not be live. My husband's having a procedure done in the afternoon, so I'll be with him, so we won't be live on Thursday. He has a little overnight stay in the hospital. It's no big deal, but it's just one of those quickie in and outers, so. But of course, I gotta go with him. Figure it out, buddy. Yeah, no. At least I can go. He's all he's been doing. He's helping me like crazy. So you can blend just like this. I am just throwing colors down with a big brush, back and forth, up and down. You know what? That light is giving me too much of a shadow. I might be able to see it better without the light shining on. It's dark. So this is another way to blend, right? Put the paint on, not a lot. Back and forth, up and down. The great thing about DIY paint, it was designed for blending. And it's an amazing paint to use to just blend colors together. Now, I'm basically just trying to get a base coat on here, so I don't really care what it looks like. Blue, green, it's kind of pretty just like that, right? May not have to do much more. Thanks, Ronnie. Yeah, well, it's really not that big of a deal, but it's got to be done. One of those things, right? We're getting old. Boy, are we feeling it. We have been working so hard here that he tells me, I can't work this hard, honey. I'm 70. I said, babe, you're not 70. Stop saying that. He is 70. I'm like, and he needs a knee replacement. And he has a freaking bone spur. I mean, poor guy. I work him to death. He's like, you're gonna kill me. I said, I know. That's okay. Just get my stuff done first. He's like, shut up. I said, well, you know, get what's done, then you can rest. He never sits down, so I don't know what he's talking about. I know the light just gives quite the glare on this. I should have brought I had my dryer in the other room because I was using it earlier. Let me turn that. So you need to do 2 coats. So you can play with your blend on your first coat if you want. And then let's put it right here. I kind of did this a little bit, but let's you can see it there. Let's do this down here. I really didn't perfect this down here. Like I said, when I had a blending class on Saturday, so I was showing them how to basically the basics of blending, so we can redo this whole entire area right here. So you can do a pretty good job at it. The great thing about this kind of paint too is that when you sand it down, like if you want to have a little distressing, it gives it the coolest look. Like, and then you add the wax, it's phenomenal. I wish I would, I don't use this clay-based paints as much as I used to. But when I do use them, I'm like, why don't I use them more? My number one is always going to be Dixie Belle. That's always my number one go-to paint. It always has been, it always will be. It's the most user-friendly, beginner-friendly paint that there is, seriously, on the market today. But this stuff is fun when you like know how to do these things and then play with. it just changes everything. Because when you add little tiny dots of paint, and then, you know, like if you take it up, it makes like this storm cloud look. Just by playing with your brush and a super light touch, you can get a whole nother look, a whole different look by just playing with that brush. It kind of looks like a paint, I'm saying, like a painting, like an oil painting, how they do that. And like you just, I'm literally adding, you see how little blue is on that brush right there? So I want to add another one right here. Whoops, more than that right here. And then kind of make it go up and then kind of make it go this way and wipe my brush off because it's got too much paint on it. And next thing you know, one color goes into the next. And you've got a third and a fourth color. Also, the clay paints are very buildable. So you will get all those cool, like, streaks that people think are, they don't like them. I love brush strokes on this stuff because then when you finish it and you add the waxes and the such on top of it, it makes it even cooler. That's fun. It does. You like the view better on Facebook? Why is that? I mean, I don't know. I don't watch it on. Now on YouTube, the replays, if you guys watch the replay of this on YouTube, it helps me get monetized on YouTube. Like I earn money, but I also get paid from Facebook. So either one is fine. But YouTube, I'm trying to build my channel still. I almost was monetized with them a couple years ago, and then I did it. Then I gave up, and then I lost all my viewing hours. Right? So stupid. Because it's a 12-month rolling, and so I kept losing my hours. So I already did this right here on Saturday during my class, and it just gives it just this cool kind of striations, right? And I'm actually going to repaint it because I'm not really loving the look of it. And that's the beauty of it. You can paint it until you get it to how you like it. I really need to paint inside of there. I'll take the drawers out later. Later. Add a little bit of water. So the view's better on Facebook, huh? It might have something to do with the camera because I'm using a webcam and not my phone. Look, see that? Super light touch. And then all of a sudden the look of the whole thing changes, right? It looks like a stormy rain cloud running through there. Love that about blending with this paint. Actually does the chalk paint. I can do it too. And actually the orange is a chalk paint. So you can intermix them. It's a much smaller view. Yeah, but YouTube you can also put on your TV. So I think that's how Ronnie watches me on her TV. Scary thought. Poor thing. So I have been working on this super secret project. So I'm almost finished, like not almost, probably another couple weeks. And then I have some other things. Once I reveal it, maybe it'll make more sense as to why. But the reason that I haven't said what I'm doing yet, like my big secret, is because I just want to get it done and I just want to like reveal it all at once. And for me to stop and start so many times in the course of a day when people ask me what they want, what I'm doing, and then they all want to see it, it's very tiresome for me. So especially when it's my husband and he's like, what are you doing now? So I have some other I have so many moving parts in what I'm doing. Believe me, when it gets done, everybody's gonna know, and I'm sharing it everywhere. I need to blow it up because if I don't, I won't make it through this year. That's the God's honest truth. I'm trying not to give up. I really am. But it's hard. It's so freaking hard, you know? So just know that I try so hard to keep this business for you guys, you know, to create videos, to provide you with a beautiful space. Doesn't cost you a dime. But you know how you can help me if you don't live here is you can share my stuff. You can give me a Google review. You can, you know, comment on my YouTube. You can share the links with your friends. It's insane, right? I'm going to start being really good about doing TikToks because that's really been helping a lot of local business. As soon as we get done, I mean, I'm not afraid to go in front of a camera. That's not the issue. It's just which one do you do, right? Which social media do you constantly do? Because you got to do all of them. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok all the time. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. And do a newsletter every week. And do this. And run a business. And blah, and blah, and blah, and blah, and blah. So now I'm really liking the bottom. I like the bottom way better than the top. So guess what? March 14th. Which class is that, Des? Is that the I'm not sure. I think so. Is that that's the bottle class, right? Hopefully. Hopefully I'll be able to show it to you guys. I want to do like a big review, like a big blah, 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 blah. But we'll see. Hopefully. But what I got done today, I'm stoked. I designed something on ChatGPT. Have you guys ever done that? I talk to my chat bot all the time. ChatGPT, I built something and I said, okay, finish it for me. Here's my inspiration. And actually my husband, I said, this is what I want. He's like, oh my God. We started building it and doing it, and it actually looks just like the rendering from ChatGPT. So I'm pretty excited because I've always wanted something like this. Like I always did. But it's going to be cool. So, and I think it's going to grow and expand. It needs to, because if it doesn't, like I said, 2026 will be the last year. You know, so many businesses down everywhere, they're closing. I mean, I can't keep working for free. I can try, but it's hard. It's really hard. Maybe if I was younger, I mean, I should be retired, right? I'm 61 years old. How long am I supposed to work? I mean, I feel like I can probably work till I'm 80, but I don't want to. I want to go Costa Rica. Because my husband's 9 years older than me, so that's the problem. I want to enjoy life with him is the thing, and I don't want to just be working my ass off for nothing. Right? Anybody else feel me? I'm kind of liking, and apparently maybe it needs to be more blue. I don't know. So this is my dilemma. I always play with this stuff. Window. I don't have a window class. So if you signed up for a window class, there's no window class. March 14th is the bottles, right? The decorative bottles. There's no window class. It's the decorative bottles. Or the vintage line. No, that's March 7th or March. Shit, I don't know. There's one March 21st. There's one March 14th. March 7th is macrame. I can't remember. Don't worry. We'll hopefully have it done sooner than later. I should be ready by then. It's kind of fun keeping it to myself right now. So Des, you definitely have not signed up for a window class because I don't have a window class. Maybe last year on March 14th. This year. Oh, that's so cute. I'm kind of loving this look. Now this is going to dry. And as it dries, you can see right here where the paint is darker or lighter, it will start to just kind of lighten up. So right here, I don't know if you can see it. You see how this is lighter already? It's drying a little at a time. There is no window, class does. There is no window, class. I will tell you what class it is now that I stopped. It is March 14th is. Oh, it's the sign class, the spring decoupage. It's not a window, it's a sign. Sorry, it's not a window, it's a sign. You thought it was a window, it's not. It's on a piece of MDF. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, sorry. It's not a window. You threw me with window. It's a sign class. Vintage sign. Oh, and I just got all new papers in from that company. Oh my gosh, they're so cool. Easter, got bunnies, got the whole thing. There we go. That's looking better. I love the rust in here, the orange color. So this is going to dry. It's already starting to fade. It's already starting to kind of mellow out a little bit. The rust. You probably can't see it. Yeah, it's vintage sign. It might look like it's on the window, but it's not. And then I will come in and this weekend is the candlestick class. I'm excited about that. I've never done that one. I'm finally going to get rid of half of my stash. Yeah, March 24th is the bottles. So March 14th is the vintage sign class, not windows. But anyhow, it's pretty. It's fun. It's going to be fun. It's just decoupage on a piece of wood. All my new papers. My new papers are killing. I got so many new ones. Okay, you guys. Just threw a little more rust in there because it needed it around it. So it's going to dry, and you can tell right here. I don't know if you can. Down here, it's already dry, and this is still wet. So it continues to fade and fade and dry and fade and dry and fade. It's insane how it does it. And then it'll be super light. And then we'll have to wax it with the DIY wax, which will bring the color back. And the DIY dark wax or black wax will also help accentuate and give it depth. What do you guys think? Super fun, huh? So, let me get this up. I just got in a bunch of new papers from that company that we're doing for the vintage sign. And it's going to be fun. So that class is full. Candlestick class is full. The only class that's not full, that only has 2 spots left, is the bottles. Okay. Well, if you signed up for March 14th, it's the sign class. So yeah, I can check when I'm off. But yeah, it should. That's the one, spring decoupage. I can get the picture. It's out here in the store, but it's a big sign. Unless you signed up for the bottles. I don't know. If you signed up for March 14th, you signed up for that one. Let me see if I can find you really quick since I have you on here, because as soon as I'm off, I'm going to forget. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, next Thursday, I will be with my hubs, and we won't be here. I'm trying to find you, Des, real quick. Sorry. Desiree paid for Vintage Spring Decoupage Sign, March 14th. We'll see you then. That's at 11. So yes, I am working fast and furious on my new project, and I hope to reveal it soon, hopefully by that class. And we will show you. It's so cool. I wish I could take you in there right now, but I'm trying. Like, It's hard to keep a secret. All right, isn't it hard to keep a secret, especially when it's cool, so flippin' cool that you just want to show everybody? But it's going to be fun. So you guys just stay tuned, bear with me. My email has all the updates. It went out this morning. If you're not on my email list, you can go to my website, tonatransformations.com. The pop-up is right away. It says join my email. That's the best way to do it. And I'm the only one that emails you. People freak out. I'm like, I don't have time to spam you or sell your email. I don't even know how to do that. It's just me. I send an email out every Thursday just to let you know what's going on. It's better than Facebook because it doesn't show you anybody's notifications anymore. So you guys have a fabulous evening. I'm on my way to the store to buy a dog collar and some stuff for my new puppy. Her name is going to be Ember, Ember, because she's dark black German Shepherd. And tomorrow night, so I'm sure I'll be posting pictures soon. Wish me luck. Oh, I am not even tomorrow night. I'm not even looking forward because my husband will sleep through the whole thing and I'll be up all night. So you see the bags under the eyes even worse than they are now. You'll know there's a reason. You guys have a great weekend and thanks for watching and being part of my amazing journey. I love you all. Go out and be fabulous. See ya.